Hello. We're trying something a little different today. We're setting up our creatures in a Zoom room and we're letting everyone know we have been here 23 times together as EITR. The voice that you are hearing is not really God. That was a title given to me as the person in charge of opening the rooms for you. My name is Bruce, and I just wanted to make sure that you all had a place to come and share. So my cousin, Dr. Zebra, she said, well, let him in. Maybe they could talk to each other. And so that's where I was given the opportunity to have an elephant in the room for 23 times. Dr. McFoxy.
Thank you so much, Bruce. I'm just so glad to have you reveal yourself and continue to find yourself in your authentic self. And today, I have noticed that we have someone with us, a creature with us that has been absent for a long time. Now, Tommy the tortoise, you have been absent for a long time, and I'm not sure if I don't think that I was here the last time that you were here. But welcome.
Zebra was.
Who are you?
Yes, I'm Dr. McFoxy. I am a fox from Canada, and I'm so happy to be here with you, to be your emotionally supportive Canadian.
What happened to the zebra?
Well, she had some other things to attend to, but we all wish her well. Now, you are not the only one to not know exactly what's going on today. We had several other participants.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I popped in because I'm free.
Yes. Anyway, we have several other participants, Tommy, that were not here last time as well. And so we're going to kind of recap, not only for your benefit, but for theirs as well. And before we do, because we have an additional creature participant joining us today, we are going to have to set some different ground rules. Now, there are several of you who are a little bit more shy, and there are several of you who are very passionate and really like to express yourself, and both of those things are okay, but we must respect everybody else. And so if someone else wants to speak, if you have been speaking for a while, and if someone else wants to speak, you must give way, and you must concede your time graciously. If you do not, I'm really, really sorry, especially sorry as a Canadian, but I'm really, really sorry. I will have to ask you to leave the group for this time. Okay? So if you do not respect other people's space, then I will have to mute, or I'll ask Bruce to mute your microphone, and then maybe next time we can try again. But hopefully we won't have to mute anybody's microphone. I'm just so glad that every one of you is back here. So let's get started, shall we? Last time we talked a little bit about, I think we called it a deity. Some people call him or her God, a creator, sometimes even King of Kings and Lord of Lords. But let's get a little bit of a reflection, not from my perspective, but from those of you who are here. Sparky, let's start with you. What were some of your reflections on last time?
Hey, you dragon.
Well, last time we talked about how great how dragons and cats come from gods because people worship them, and how that there's a creator that is somewhere, but that we all that there can be also gods that are not, that are underneath that creator, and
He said he was upstairs.
and that we're gonna wear capes.
A little bit confusing, it sounds like. Hey, Sparky. Yeah.
I'm not confused. I'm gonna wear a cape. I already started.
Oh, I think a cape is just fine. But what about you, Simone? What are some of your reflections? What was there anything that we talked about last time that you thought about a little bit over the week?
Yes, of course. I think very much all the time. So this week I am thinking about Sparkly and or Honey. You're saying that maybe God is some kind of like creator who's like mom who creates babies, right? And then I don't like my mom as much as my dad, so I said maybe he's more like a dad, but because you know they're really both involved, if you know what I mean. But he and we were like work for him because cat, like Sparky say, cat and dragon, they protect and they're very fierce. And you know, not so much anymore. But before, the cat would get a snake and get a scorpion, and then we work for the God guy. Like Rani was saying about Lieutenant, where she is, she understands this. That was the other term, not God, but the other guy, the guy. And so he is less a little bit than God. And then God is creator guy, but we don't know who he is and where he lives because we don't go to church. And this is where the people say he lives.
What the heck you talking about?
I don't know who you is, but you is too close to the camera. All I see is up your nose. It is
I
not
don't know
good.
you neither. This is supposed to be a special group. I don't know you, whoever you are. Where's the elephant?
Well,
I am Ernie's friend. He invited me. In
Where's
fact, today he's having a very hard week. They are hiding him because these people, I don't know if you know, but the people in my house have been crazy about this election this week. And they were trying to steal Ernie because he's an elephant. And they were trying to put flag on him and take him out in the street and say, oh, flaggy, flaggy, here we go, elephant. But they're hiding him to keep him safe. But he's my friend. Right? I hope he's not in Nevada because, you know, Nevada is crazy.
Yes. Now, Donnie, do you have, before we go on to Ronnie, we're going to come back to you. But Donnie, do you have any information about Ernie?
Well, yeah, not specifically, not about Ernie. No, but the story it makes sense. It does make sense because something along similar types of lines kind of happened on the farm this morning to me because the farmer. He was all excited about something, and I got extra feed in the trough, and he just thought I was, the cat's meow. Pardon me, Simone, but still, he just thought that all of a sudden, he was very happy to have a donkey, and I don't know why. I don't know why he was, but it sounds to me could quite possibly be something along the same lines, because I've heard from some of the human types when this whole political stuff comes around that elephants and donkeys they play a pretty big part for some reason. I don't know why.
It's because the people want to be animals because we are so much better than the people. This makes sense to me.
Could be. Could be.
I
Could be.
was,
Now,
I
Donnie,
was-
Donnie, are you safe? Are you safe, Donnie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, the only upshot for me was more food. So hey, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm fine. Yeah.
I've been kind of abused that way. I was sent to all the queens and princes and Arabs and stuff because I was a famous tortoise. Y'all probably didn't know that, but I was pretty famous in my day. But now I've just escaped and I'm way up here. I'm not me famous. It's because that Chuck. Yeah,
Oh.
Chuck
I
Darrell.
remember you from before, Tommy. You didn't say anything about being famous. You just wanted to die.
I know, but I'm pretty famous because kings and sultans and all that. They all had to come see me. Many of those American kings. They all wanted to hang out with me too, take pictures with me, all the way back going to what was his name? Oh, Andrew Jackson. He was a crazy one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what, Donnie? We're going to come back to you. Okay. We're going to come back to you. Let's continue on and let's focus. We need lots of focus with this particular set of participants. Let's go on to Ronnie and now continue with our reflections from last time. Ronnie, what are some of your thoughts about last week? And was there anything that you have been thinking about since then, about God or a deity or whatever?
I want to change the subject. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Why
I don't
not?
understand why elephants and donkeys are whatever they are. And I don't understand why. I mean, nobody's coming here and pulling out animals for something. This is just more things I don't understand. When he was supposed to be at the top of the beanstalk, or when he was supposed to be the man upstairs before he was the mom or the dad or the whatever the deity is. I want to talk about something else. I don't.
Oh, so you're talking about God? You mean like? I've been around a lot of preachers too. I've been blessed. Oh, I've been blessed. They bring me in and I get blessed places. And the Pope, many times, different popes. They all wear white and those funny little yellow, red shoes, whatever. Anyway, they bless me, and I know I'm supposed to be special to Jesus Christ. That's the one.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
special.
So Tommy, why don't you? It sounds like you've got a little bit more experience with this subject.
Wait.
The rest of us.
Can I say one thing?
Simone, you've actually already had
No.
a little bit of talk.
It's about Ronnie.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie does not like being left out. And because Ronnie is out where there's no people, she needs explanation of how animals talk to God or relate to God.
Yes.
Not how people.
Yes, and so that's a wonderful transition. That's a wonderful transition.
I thought Reginald was going to have the answer. What happened to that?
Oh, well, Reginald, we're going to get to Reginald. Absolutely, we're going to get to Reginald. But you know what, Tommy, you've kind of shown a little bit of talked a little bit about faith and about God. Perhaps that's a good segue to for me to get to know you a little bit, and maybe for Simone. What are your thoughts about God and who he is?
I know that I was made invincible because I got this armored home that I carry around. I'm pretty invincible, and we sadly live forever. So I've seen lots of people all over the world, and they keep sending me around. Most of the time, I'm forgotten now. In fact, they thought I was a rock.
What does that have to do with God?
So, but they tried to say I was dead, I think, and then I escaped. I'm in the mountains, but I think God's up here. This is God's country. I heard people say that before. It's God's country. That's where I am. But I know all about God. Yeah, I've been in, like I said, I know popes and other, what was his name? Billy Graham. And he came saw me one time. A lot of them saw me, but yeah, they all talk and they preach at me too. Sometimes they preach at me, and I'm saying, I don't think tortoises have a same kind of thing you're talking about here, but I have accepted Jesus Christ as my personal tortoise.
Oh. Now, what does Jesus Christ have to do with God?
Well, I think he can understand what it's like to be a tortoise. And one day maybe I'll be able to die. Maybe I'll be allowed to die. That'd be great. Yeah. Oh, and then I get to go be with, well, from what I understand, is Jesus' big old tortoise. In fact, the world sits on his back. There's a big tortoise, world sits on his back.
So you can only do this
is at the
if
back
you're
of
a
an elephant.
tortoise. This is making no sense to
No,
me.
no, it's not making much sense. No.
Oh, you don't know about that? That the world sits on
Reggie,
the back of the tortoise?
help
Yeah.
us.
Okay, yeah, let's
Reggie.
go on to Reginald. Reginald, let's, why don't you tell us a little bit about what some of your thoughts are?
Well, certainly. I don't think I have shared in my youth. Back when, as you probably know, I was born in Africa, Ronnie. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But and then when I was a young buck, was apprehended and eventually shipped to the United States for display in a zoo. However, while I was in captivity, still in Africa, I happened to be in the possession, as it were, of a family of missionaries.
Ooh.
Missionaries from the Christian church,
Yeah,
And
that's what
so-
I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes, and that's Tommy. You were talking about Jesus Christ, yes,
Yeah.
and that's the basis for Christianity.
He's
was
a big old
belief.
tortoise, right?
Yeah,
He's
well,
tortoise.
not quite actually, because I had the opportunity to listen to quite a few messages and sermons, as they call, when they talked about God and faith in God and what it meant, and more importantly, what it meant to be a follower, a child of God, as they put it.
Oh,
And one of the takeaways I had from that experience was that each and every creature on the face of the earth has been, in fact, created by God. God
Now,
formed, yes.
this is very,
Wait, please. I'm sorry, Dr. Fox. Can you just finish?
yes.
Because if every creature was created by God, then
That's
well,
you.
that would be
Yeah,
every
that's you.
oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh
Yes. And there was one particular story that always stuck with me from their book called Bible.
yeah,
The
I know
book
that
of
book.
the teachings of God and of Jesus Christ. And there was one particular story where I'm not quite sure of the origins, but from my understanding, God was not pleased with how the humans were doing at one point and
Yeah,
decided to
yeah.
start over again.
Mm.
And so he had one particular human and his family build a very large boat, And on this boat, they brought two of every creature, a male and a female of every creature, which says to me, my personal interpretation is that God himself feels that every creature is important, that he considers each and every creature to be necessary and essential.
I just want to say, my on Noah's boat, my grandparents are on that. Yeah, so I have a direct connection.
This guy here.
so
is
is
so-
everybody from the boat?
Yeah, I think you might have had I mean, I don't know. My grandparents, they were, we lived forever, so.
Yes.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, Monsignor, have you heard about this?
Wait, did you tell these guys that he's not really a pastor or a priest like this fake Dr. Wally Bird guy? He
It's
is
my
Where's the
fakey
bird?
fakey.
Where's that bird?
Well,
I hate
it
that bird.
doesn't mean that he doesn't have, he doesn't have credentials as a doctor, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have life experience.
He
So
just
that's
lives in a temple. He's
Who is
not
he?
good.
that's how we will receive what he says. Now, Monsignor, having lived in the temple for a long time, does this sound familiar to you? Does this make sense to you?
No, not really. I have to admit, people come to the temple because they think I'm kind of special. They're the ones that started calling me Monsignor, and they leave me bananas and fruit, and they leave other stuff on the ground for the iguanas. And Sparky would love iguanas because they're really cute. And
Yeah, what?
This is what I'm saying.
Don't
He's a
trust the
faking.
monkey. I've known monkeys. They are liars. All monkeys are liars.
no,
They
we're
are.
not.
Yeah,
Not
we
all
are.
of us.
Yeah, you're a
I know
liar.
monkeys that aren't liars.
As a tortoise,
Thank you,
I've
Ronnie.
been in places, enclosures where there's monkeys, and they just lie. They lie like a log. I can lie like a log, not like a monkey.
Okay.
Well, Dr.
Now
Wally
let's
told a lie.
what did you say, Ronnie?
Sparky. That was Sparky.
Oh, that was Sparky.
What?
I'm sorry, Sparky. There's so many people. There's so many creatures speaking. Sometimes it's hard to keep track. I'm so sorry, Sparky. What was it that you said?
I said Dr. Wally told a lie.
Lots of them,
Did he?
yes.
He told a lie.
A lot.
He told the people at the place where he was at that I was his family.
Oh.
And so they called me and they told me he was in trouble.
Oh, they called you. How did they call you? Do you have a telephone?
On this electric thing.
Well, he's
And-
crazy. Yeah, probably he's crazy, and you know,
They called and they said that he had been being naughty and saying bad
That I
things.
believe.
And so they took away his computer so he
Oh.
couldn't call. So so I went there and I got him out and I moved him to the zoo where Ernie is.
Did you sneak out, you little stinker, Sparky?
Sparky, did you get into trouble for that?
Only a little bit when Mom caught me coming back.
I thought you were going to come over here and help me with Sam. He's
I
not
thought
such
you was
an
gonna-
issue now, but I thought that's what you were going to do.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
I will tell you. I'm just thinking about this whole Jesus Christ thing. What's that? The name? It's very interesting that it's connected to church for all of you, because I spend a lot of time on the golf course, and I always thought that name had to do with bad golf shots.
Oh,
people.
Well,
use
let
it for
me
all kinds
tell
of-
you. As far as the farmer here is concerned, it's got nothing to do with golf. It's got everything to do with trying to fix the equipment on the farm. You know, whenever he makes a mistake, or I hear this large kabam, and then that name comes flying around. Yeah, it does. It does. But
that's
really,
no good.
it is originally it's a church thing. It is a church thing because talking
So this
Tommy
is a
over there
good
talking
guy?
about very good guy, very good guy, very good guy. But Tommy talking about his grandparents on the ark. If we're gonna be talking about family heritage here, I've been told around the campfire from my ancestors, my parents and all, that our family line goes all the way back to the Middle East. And in fact, there was a donkey that played a very big part in the whole story about Jesus. And I'm told it was one of my relatives. So, we have a connection. We have a connection of sorts with the whole Christianity thing. Yeah.
We're connected to the
Oh,
Bible.
wait. So we don't know who God is, but we know that your ancestor, right? Your ancestor actually met that guy.
Well, he met the parents. He met the parents. Now that's as the story goes. The mother, as with creatures, humans do it as well. They get together, they have babies, and there they go.
Yeah.
But
So
they
was
were
the
the mother
mother
and the
God?
father.
Is the mother God or the father
No,
God?
no, no,
We
no, no, no,
we
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, 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 no. I'm trying to. Well, I'm getting the story for Ronnie first of all, and then we can go back. But the
Okay.
specific story was that the mother and the father were on their way somewhere. I don't have all the details, but they were going somewhere, and obviously she was, about to give birth. And as we are all aware, that's a delicate situation for most females of any species. And so, in order to get her there safely, they got hold of a donkey, and she rode on the donkey, and that got her safely to where she needed to go. And so, I've been told. Again, I have no evidence to back it up, but I've been told that that's our family, that we can trace that all the way back to that donkey. So there's
So
a
we know
connection.
that Jesus person, he's alive. Is he still alive?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, I think he
That
Although-
was
is
a long time ago.
because he's a
Not unless
tortoise.
he,
Is what I understand. He's a tortoise, and he
He's
lives
not
forever.
saying he's a tortoise. You need to stop saying
Actually,
this.
I want to be a missionary and go down to Africa, like I've heard missionaries.
No.
And I think because Africa's a paradise for tortoises. It's a
Maybe you could
paradise.
go visit.
Well,
I know that we're not supposed to visit people,
I'm
other
going to
creatures.
Sudan
I'm
if
going
you
to
wanna
the
visit me.
Sudan. I'm going. I'm
Dr.
coming to get you,
McFoxy,
Ronnie.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
we have 2 minutes before we are needing to end this
Oh,
session.
already.
It
Thank
sounds
you, Bruce.
it sounds as if connections might be a good topic to
Oh.
follow on with deity and God,
Well,
this
we're
creature named Jesus.
we're going to have to talk to Ernie about where he's been. So he's going to want to talk about what's going on here.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I ain't going to be back. I'm going to go down to my next stop is I'm going to Africa because I hear it's a paradise in the Sudan, and I'm going to be one of the missionaries that brings Jesus,
Oh.
tortoise,
Well,
all creatures.
Ronnie, what do you think about that?
I think that's great. Let me know where you'll be, and I'll come where you are.
Oh yeah, I'm going to you. It take me a while. I'm slow, and I got to get over the water. But I've done that before with Chuck Darwin.
Okay.
Oh, and also the Queen had me. They came back and forth. America, yeah, I was always in a boat. I don't like boats.
This guy makes no sense at all.
Go on
Oh,
boats.
it
'cause
is
I'm
a
a
little
tortoise.
bit confusing, yes. So what do the rest of you think about Bruce's suggestion of using connection regarding deity and regarding God and I suppose Jesus Christ? How does that sound to the rest of you?
If I may, I would say yes, by all means, because we have barely scratched the surface of the topic at this point, and
But-
the true crux of the whole God deity situation is relationships, from what I was told. And so, yes, I would say we do need to continue on. Yes.
So, Reggie, do you think this will help us with the problems we are having to know this?
I do indeed, because if nothing else, one thing that I took away from the family that was watching over me, as it were, was that whenever life's difficulties come along, that it is faith in God that will get one through, as they say. So yes, I would say so.
Yeah, I have faith. That's what keeps me going. I mean, got nothing else going for me at this point. Just some faith in the big tortoise under the earth.
Okay.
I don't think it's anything that comes from. You're talking about this Jesus and came from a mom and was born. Well, when my baby brother was hatched, by the way, the egg hatched, and I have
Oh,
a
Egg is
brother,
hatched?
congratulations.
I remember the egg.
he's
Yeah,
not God.
Wonderful.
The egg hatched.
No.
Is it
No,
a
no.
tortoise?
Of course not. Of course not, Sparky. No.
Because it
What does he
the
look
mom to the
like,
box.
Sparky?
I was
Does
hatched.
he look like you?
It looks like a squishy little baby.
I was.
Oh.
Does he have a shell?
Dragon.
Might be a tortoise.
He doesn't have a shell, and he had the shell around him when he was an egg. He's not an egg
I
anymore.
come from an egg too, so I think Mary had an egg.
Now, just
But
quickly,
in
Who's
dragons, the
Mary?
girls are. I still get to be the boss because in dragons, girls are the boss.
oh,
That's good.
True.
That's
now,
good.
now
You
just
do that.
before we
I
leave,
think you're a
Sparky,
boss.
Sparky, how are you doing with being a big sibling?
It's okay. I guess he's cute enough. But I'm glad that he's not a girl because I get to be the boss by myself.
Oh,
So you
That's
like
all.
him outside the egg more than inside the egg.
oh,
He's okay. He's quieter. Mom has a little more time, except I probably have to babysit him.
Don't step on him.
That's no good.
Thank you all for
Don't need it.
being in the room together,
For the
carrying
next
on conversation about God, relationships, and next week we will ponder about connections.
I'm connected
In,
to Ronnie.
Bye,
Coming
Bruce.
down. Coming down.
in end scene.